All right, guys, Jerry Fetta here coming to you today with our Sunday services. Every Sunday we talk about a particular service in my company, and I like to talk about ones that I've been maybe talking with people about recently, right? And so the one that I want to talk to you about today is called long-term disability insurance. And I want to talk to you about a conversation I had with a client earlier this week and why I think this is such an important one for you to know about and understand. Without further ado, let's jump into today's content. All right, guys, long-term disability insurance. So I'm going to just give you the story first. I was talking with a client, high income earner, high net worth, very productive guy. And I was telling him, he's like, yeah, I'm ready to invest. I'm ready to this. I was like, no. You're not financially secure right now. You're missing some things. So let's take a step back. Let's handle that. Let's build your foundation. Let's get you solvent and properly protected and financially secure first. Then let's go to the investments. And I told him one of the things we need to do that you're not currently doing is called long-term disability insurance, right? And his question, he's like, do I really need that? Right? And here's the purpose of it, right? So the goal is passive income that exceeds our generosity, our expenses, taxes, and savings, PI greater than gets, right? And so we're looking at, okay, in order to get there, I need to build with my income and save and invest. What if you didn't have income? Without income, financial independence is not possible. So I've got to have that established. I've got to have my income coming in. Your greatest wealth determining tool is your ability to earn income. Why would you not protect it? Okay, here's a statistic. 25% of workers under age 65 will experience a long-term sickness or disability that impacts their income. Right? So if your income dips or drops or goes away because you got sick or disabled on a long-term basis, 1 out of 4 people watching this video will. You need to have something else coming in. So long-term disability insurance replaces the income that you have that's generated by the thing that you've been trained for. You have a special skill that allows you to earn income if that ever got jeopardized due to a disability or injury or sickness on a long-term basis, meaning it lasts longer than 6 months. That's the definition of long-term disability, is it lasts longer than 6 months. Not you got sick for 3 weeks or you got whatever. You had something happen where you will not be able to work for 6 months or longer, or you will not be able to earn the same amount of income that you're used to for 6 months or longer. I'm telling you statistically, 1 in 4 of you will have that happen before age 65, right? Think about that. That's actually a pretty high number, right? Now, I had this guy and he's like, well, do I really need that? If I were to get disabled, I think that my wife could bring in more income. I could have my kids helping out. I could have this, I could have that. Okay, that's not the successful action. The successful action is your income, right? Sure, they can help out, they can supplement, that's awesome, but what about you? Are you really gonna wanna sit there and be like, hey guys, you do all the work now, I'm just gonna sit back and just be disabled now, or just be sick now and I'm gonna let my wife do the work or my kids do the work? No, like any responsible individual is gonna be like, man, I really wanna contribute. And that's the point, you can't. If you have this happen, it means by definition, your income went down or you can't work. And it will happen to 1 in 4 people. It's a serious enough matter that you need to get it handled, right? So long-term disability insurance comes in and replaces that income. And so if you have that happen, it continues paying out usually about 60% of your income tax-free. And that way you still have that coming in. And sure, you can have other sources and do other things and you're able to actually still make progress with your finances. Okay, because the last thing I want to see is 1 out of every 4 of you not be financially independent because you didn't have this planned for. This is a higher probability than you having a car accident, but you have car insurance. This is a higher probability than you destroying your phone, yet you have phone insurance. This is a higher probability than you dying before you're financially independent and you have life insurance, right? Like we think these ones are all good ideas, right? Let's say you go out on a boat, right? In the middle of the ocean. Are you gonna wear a life jacket or not? Most of us are gonna wear the life jacket. Why? In case something happens. Now, what's the likelihood and probability of you falling off the boat and drowning? Probably very low, but you still do it. Why do you wear a seatbelt? Just in case. When's the last time you got in an accident where you're like, good thing I was wearing a seatbelt? For me, not very frequently, yet I still wear one. Right? And so I find that when people, push back on this, when it usually means they don't understand it, right? They don't fully get what it is, and so that's the purpose of this video. And the other one is they're not thinking ahead. They're not thinking with the future. The entire the wealth thing, financial independence, passive income, the entirety of this strategy and plan and goal is that you're thinking with the future. And there's literally a law, Newton's law, it's a physics law. If it can go wrong, it will. That's literally a law. Like it's something that happens enough that we're like, we're just going to say that this is something that always occurs. If it can go wrong, it will. And so if that's true, if you could get disabled, you should have, planning for it. You should be thinking with it, right? Now, the other thing we do on the long-term disability policy is we add a long-term care rider, which covers you in your later years if you end up in a nursing home, needing in-home care, end up in, a long-term care facility. And that's a super cheap way to add that in as well. So then you're knocking out two birds with one stone, right? Now, the reality is long-term disability insurance is not that expensive. And the other reality is if you're a client, by the time we're talking to you about this, let's say it's $150 a month, we've already saved you that. Like in other areas, we've already helped you get more than that back. So my expectation would be, okay, we helped you find that on handling your debt or lowering your taxes or your insurance costs or whatever we did to free up money in your life or help you earn more income. My expectation would be that you're going to take that and redirect it to your financial future, right? So guys, that's all I've got for you today. If you watch this video, I do want to give you my free wealth potential analysis. If you put in the comments, #wealth potential analysis, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on, and do that hashtag. We'll send that out to you. Thanks for watching. See you next time.